welcome back to another video. Today's video is a uni video. I've not posted a specific uni video in a while because I did my year abroad at home. I'm now actually starting uni again, so I'm back for my final year at Durham. For context, I'm a finalist at Durham. I do business and management. Today's video, I thought, I've not seen it done before, but I thought it might be quite helpful. Basically, I thought I could go through my bank statement from the first term of first year and tell you how much it costs, basically how much living in catered accommodation at Durham Uni costs, because then you can kind of go off that for planning your budget. I'll do one, I think, for second year as well, so that if you're living out and you have to buy your own food, it's a very different situation. So I basically just live primarily off student finance because, well, student finance is amazing, so all of this money is for student finance. So I started uni the start of October, so if I go to the October thing, I don't know how bank statements work on the app. 1st of October, that would be me coming to Durham. Okay, my first month, I'll do my first month, and then if there's anything that's left out, but this is on average how much I spent a month at uni in catered accommodation. First time of first year, I was a bit of a recluse. This is getting complicated. Coming in from student finance, my money came in on the 5th of October. My money had already gone out for my accommodation though. I need my glasses on, but the window is reflecting on me. I spent $2,500 on accommodation, which also covered food. However, I didn't really like the college food, so I spent a lot at Tesco. So in Tesco, I spent £9, £3, £9, £11. In the first term, I spent about £30 on extra food and snacks in addition to the food that was already included in the 2.5k for accommodation. I think I bought a lot of rice pudding and bagel tarts and probably pick and mixes actually. Moving on to eating out, I didn't really eat out that much, but let's have a look. I went to the Calman Cafe, that was £3. I went to the Calman Cafe again, Subway. Eating out, which I didn't do that much of, I just calculated it. What was it? Is it 15? Now I'm going to calculate books, because books are expensive in your first term. Waterstones Durham 42, Waterstones Durham 29. I'm gonna need my calculator. Waterstones 40, 85. Okay, so I spent 115 on books, academic books, but I didn't buy all of them. You don't need all of them really, and one thing that people did on my corridor, I didn't do this because I thought I was going to highlight, but little did I know I wasn't going to touch my books. Lots of people on my corridor, because lots of them were on the same course, they all bought one set of books and then they shared them, which I think was actually a really good idea. Okay, so that's books was 115. So far that's been the most expensive. Now in terms of payment to colleges, I'll check my emails because we have to pay a JCR membership, which is basically to be a member of your college, and I can't find on my bank statement, I can't find it, so I'm just gonna have a look if it's on my email, them emailing us out. How do I sort? Filter? No, I don't want to filter. How do you, wait, can I show my, no. Okay, £138 was my JCR membership. I paid £12 for formals and I went to 2. And some colleges you actually go to formals for free. My teeth just touched together and I hate that. I'm gonna do nights out next. Oh, my teeth keep touching together. I'm gonna do how much I spent on nights out. Now for nights out, I think the best thing to do is get drinks before you go, drink as much before you go, and then once you're out, don't pay for as much for drinks. I bought an £8 bottle of Tesco's own coconut rum last night. Well, in a club, a drink on its own could be £8. Well, I got a full bottle for £8. So what I'll do basically is any cash transactions, like anytime I've pulled out cash, I'm going to assume that was for nights out because that is what I did. I would get cash out for nights out, and also anything that is labelled as being in the club. £7 first, 27 plus 9. £36, and then I took out another 15 on nights out. For a month I spent £50. I feel like I can work it a lot cheaper these days. Moving on, we'll do what I spent on clothes and also college stash. Basically everyone in Durham has like fleeces and things with their college name on it, or if they're in a sport they have like their sport on a fleece or something like that. I think it is nice to get. You don't have to get it, like people aren't going to notice like, oh my god, she didn't get stash, like no one's going to notice, but I just personally love the fleeces, so I normally buy a fleece every year. So I'm just going to check how much I spent on clothes and college stash. I bought a bag for £40. Eesh, Megan. This is cringing me because I was buying so many unnecessary things, like paying full price for the books. That was so unnecessary. I bought socks that were £8. Oh, my Halloween costume was £7. And then my college stash was £30, so we're on 85. And then I bought something from New Look, which was £13, so 85 plus 13. 92. 98. So clothes I spent £98 on. I just hate seeing how much money I've spent because it's like all that money has left my bank account. But this is the first month, so this is getting things like started. And then I think the final thing now and the last thing to do is how much I spent on laundry. I spent £5 on one load of laundry. In total, on accommodation, which included food, I spent 2.5k. On snacks and eating out, I spent £46. On books, I spent 115. On the JCR membership fee, I spent £138. On formals, I spent £12, and that covered 2 formals. On nights out, I spent about £50, but that was all the nights out in Freshers Week. You're basically on the night out every night in Freshers Week, and then also for the rest of October. And then I spent £98 on clothes, but that included college stash, which is quite expensive and definitely just a one-off purchase. And then I spent £5 on laundry. I can put a total on the screen. I just can't calculate it now because my brain doesn't work that fast. Basically, this is the first month, and the only reason I've done it as the first month is because I then became a recluse and I didn't leave my room for several months. So this is literally probably the only money I spent in the first term. So yeah, this is basically all the money I spent because I then became a recluse and only spent money on pick and mix. In terms of unavoidable costs, you've got about 2,700. My student finance covered all of that. But that's not 2,700 a month that you'll be paying. The 2,500 was accommodation. So in terms of additional things, I probably spent about £200 in a month. That 115 on books I really could have avoided, and I didn't need to buy the clothes. I was just doing that. So in terms of like things that I couldn't avoid, it was probably about £200. Everything else was just kind of treating myself a bit more. But it's also the first month, and that's always going to be the most expensive because you're buying like clothes and things to settle in, things you've forgotten. So after that, I probably didn't spend that much a month. But yeah, that's how much I spent in my first month of university. But I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it helpful. I know talking about money is kind of weird. It's not anyway like showing how much money I have or anything like that because it's all student finance. It's just meant to help you budget, to get an idea of how much someone else is spending. And like I said, I kind of overindulged the first month and then I stopped spending for several months. So I was actually able to save quite a bit in my first year. But it just depends on the kind of life, like what kind of things you prioritize more, how much money you're going to spend. But yeah, that's a bit of an idea of how much I was spending. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!